You're probably hungry, but you
No,
yes.
está bien. I'm fine.
We gonna do this video for the graduation.
Yeah.
Pero también Carmen, as the first year the president was our class, I was in co-host for, and I wasn't in the video. She didn't choose me. No, perfect for me. But she presented an NCLR.
Oh, cool.
And people love the program and everything. And I think she's trying to do another. Basically, they give us 6 questions, but basically the first is who you are and what do you do and what is how the Latino culture has been important in your life. It does it history, and then the other part is what has been your experience growing as a Latino, and I know some people may think you're not, but you are a Latino. And I was telling people think, oh, you're the classic Mexican, but I did my DNA and I'm 67 European.
Wow.
And like 10% Asia. I only 23%
Latino.
plus, yeah, and I'm like, no. But it's all about sometimes about the parents and how people see you. But your culture is part of you, who you are. And I would like to know how has been growing up here for you to be a Latino and the challenge. And then the second part is about how Unidos had moved things inside of you that has seen things, that make you see things different.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year I hate Carmen for putting me in Unidos. I say, I hate it. I love Unidos, but it was kind of difficult for me. But it has helped me.
Good.
Anyway, we can start. You can start with name. What did you do? How is your cultural Latino, and how you grew up being a Latino in the challenge?
Sure. My name is Tony DeFalco,
Mm-hmm.
and I am Mexican American. I grew up in Southern California, Orange County, and I was adopted into a white family. My biological mother is Mexican and indigenous, but I don't know a lot about where she's from in Mexico or which tribe she might be from. My biological father was Italian. They were both first generation in the U.S. And I was raised, like I said, in a white family, and I didn't have a lot of connection. I didn't have any connection really to Latino culture. I didn't speak Spanish. I didn't have any kind of broader community connections. I played baseball with Latino kids, but they lived in other part of the neighborhood than I lived in. And it was really in high school and college that I started to form an identity around being Latino and understanding who I was and where I came from. And so it really revolved around understanding some of the things that were happening in the world, especially in Central and Latin America and the U.S. role in that. And it just sort of outraged my own feelings around justice and wanting to be part of progressive social change. And so when I went to Berkeley in my undergrad, that really was a strong part of who I became, and I became a ethnic studies major and a Chicano studies minor, and I took over a lot of buildings and talked about faculty diversity, and so it was really, for me, just kind of that, like a blossoming of my identity in college, and so that's sort of been kind of really important for me in terms of what I've dedicated my life to, and working on social justice issues and environmental protection issues, and I think what I was thinking about this morning was how, for me, justice is the primary thing that I'm interested in working on, and I know that we need to build community to do that, and so I really value community, and if there's something I think that's sort of Latino about me, it's that valuing of community. But it came for me out of a sense of, to work for justice, to win on justice, we need community. So that's sort of where I came from.
That's a great story. I didn't know. And but I think that like it's not what defined us sometimes is not, the color of skin, but what we have inside, and But how difficult has been for you to reconcile the things that you are trying to grasp, or what you are inside of you, and what people see, or what others see, or what what is the challenge that
For me, I've identified as Mexican American for a long time, since high school, and in high school I got a lot of crap for that because people, my peers, they thought it was just so that I could get into a college. They thought it was just so I could, get a free ride, and that carried, that kind of sense of you don't look Latino, you look white, you don't speak Spanish, and it didn't really deter me from identifying in that way, or being. I've just always sort of identified that since high school, really, and I haven't had any qualms about that or nervousness about that. I think my biggest challenge is the language. I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I can get by, but I can't understand a lot of Spanish, and so I don't know a lot of the conversations going on when it's in Spanish. But it doesn't. I just sort of, hey, I'll get in there when I can. To me, I think that we come in all different shapes and sizes, and this is what a Latino looks like, and we all, But I think it's important. I do think it's an important thing, and I'm really sensitive to it and aware of it. And I think one of the things that I've been excited about Unidos is it just forces you to come together and say, you're a Latino, you're a Latino. This is what it looks like. This is what it sounds like. This is the sexual orientation of it. This is the gender. And that's great, because our communities, we're getting better, but we're still bound up in a lot of the traditions that don't have that kind of openness to other identities. So I think that's really important.
Thank you. And one thing that you want to share about the powerful message of Unidos to other Latino males, what will be?
Well, I'm super excited about this program. I've been really excited to be part of it. I wanted to be part of it, and I wasn't expecting to be in it this year. I was thinking I would do ALF this year and Unidos next year, but it got flip-flopped. But it's really an honor to be able to be part of it. And I think for me, it's forced me to kind of take some time for reflection about, okay, what are you doing personally? Where are you at? What's the work that you need to do to make sure that you're all together as a leader in the community, that people look up to you and say, hey, what are we doing? And you're providing that. And so I think having that space to be able to reflect, think about yourself, take care of yourself in a safe space is super valuable. You just have to, and we don't do it a lot. I don't do it a lot because I'm always just, let's do the work. So I think I would say to someone, this is totally invaluable for you and your community. It's worth the time and space.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. No, that's all. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, we have this concept of being a Latino, and
What's with the mic?
That's the mic, yeah.
Yeah.
She told you I was a pro, but I'm really not.
She put the pressure.
Yeah.
yeah, we have 20. Pablo is my brother.